Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and this is just a quick video of getting my parts ready to mail off. So I think I just finished printing them all, and I always like to do a fit check before I mail them off. So we have to break off the supports, do a fit check, and see if everything is good. So here's one of the walls right here. The wall of Grayskull. Bum 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 bum. And hopefully I'm not really fuzzy and scratchy. It's funny, you got those characters itchy and scratchy. Fuzzy and scratchy would be funny too. And so let's break off these supports. Now, you're probably wondering what these supports are for those that don't do 3D printing. So what happens is it has to print the parts. I print this at a slight angle like this. It needs support so it doesn't have the plastic just sit in space and draw spaghettis. So it has to have a place for it to sit on. And when you angle it like this, it actually works pretty good for your supports. So it requires less. If you do it straight up and down, it would require supports on every single brick for it to work. But at a slight angle, then you have less supports because the back doesn't have any brickwork on it. And so it took you a while to figure out just the right angle to print these to get it to work really nice like that. All right, so let's go ahead and break all these supports off. Now these take a while to print to get them all done. I usually have two printers working day in, day out for a while to get them all done. And I thought this was a lighted order, but then I realized halfway through it was not a lighted order. So I printed some parts for the lighted piece, and I threw those in a different box so it wouldn't confuse them. All right, there's some scrap. Let me get my garbage over here. And there's one wall. Now, to make the ultimate Castle Grayskull, it takes 2 Grayskulls to make it. And what I do is I very carefully remove the hinge pin right here. It's a 2-part hinge pin. And you knock it down first, then you pull that one out, then you knock it up, and then pull the other one out. And that's how you get the hinge pin. I got a whole video just showing that. I'm not going to do it this time because I've already pulled this one apart. And then you take this wall and you just put it over here. Now, when you do that, you then take the elevator out of the elevator shaft, and you're left with a hole. You can see the hole right there. This one has the elevator on this side. Whoop. But that hole, I then create a plug to go in the hole. Now, some guy on, I'm trying to think what it's called. There's some website where you buy 3D parts and objects, and he made a new third wall, which is way cooler than this. But the problem with these, hey, figure of speaking, thanks for joining me, is these are really flimsy. And because they're flimsy, as time goes on, they start to tilt down a little bit. So originally I had coat hanger pieces in here just to hold these up. And I thought there's got to be a better way to support this. That's how this first started, was basically trying to figure out a way to support these walls. And so I was trying different things. I was going to take a Incredible Hulk figure and scan him in and add wings to him and turn him into a gargoyle, and have a gargoyle holding up the walls with some kind of pillar piece. That was my original build that I was going to do. But then I realized that the amount of space that would take up for that little figurine at the top of the wall would make it so that there wouldn't be a lot of room for figures to walk underneath. And so then I just started playing around with stuff and eventually came up with this brickwork idea, which actually works really nice for giving you enough space for figures to walk underneath. Now, the bad part about all these walls and these parts, for those that have not seen these or have them yet, is when they designed this castle, they made this lip right here so it sticks up a little bit. And so the original design, this was flat against the ground, and so you didn't really need to have something underneath there. So the old playmat they designed, it would work because the castle sat flat on the floor, which is why I really didn't care so much about getting the new one, even though it had the playmat, because it wouldn't work right because it's still up on stilts, if you will, and would still have that step down to actually use it, which is kind of strange. So my original build also included some floors that are the same height as this is right here. Now, I did used to sell them in the same color green as Castle Grayskull, and if people buy them and they ask me how to paint them, I do send them all the information on how to paint them to get it to match exactly this color. I actually had it color matched originally. Let me pull this up a little bit over here. I just wrap this around the end there. So, first thing I have is the giant floor pieces that go in, and one corner is rounded to fit right in to the hinge, right like that. Now, some people only buy the square, and that's cool. This could just shut. Got to move the ladder out of the way. Just like that, and you got yourself a nice little square piece, and no need to have the other. And personally, I like this a lot, just a square. But the bad part is then your trap door doesn't work because it hits this floor right here, and you can see the trap door is just stuck and unable to go up because of that. And also, you can't put the ladder up here because there's no room. So that's why I made the extra little, I call it the pizza slice, and the pizza slice also has a radius here at the front, and it just slides right in just like that. And some people just like to have the pizza slice and the square piece because then it gives you the trap door and ladder access. Now, for me to create the ultimate Castle Grayskull, you also need the other pizza slice on this side, and then the other Castle Grayskull piece. Now, one problem you have, hey Dwight, is this hole right here. And so I made this little wooden piece, that just fits right in there, just like so. And again, this is also my fit test too, to make sure these parts all fit before I mail them off. So now we got a hole plug there. We got the floor here, and it's the same height as the floor inside. And now we have these to support these walls from getting all flimsy, flopsy mopsy. So I got a little piece that runs all the way along here, a little indentation. You can see it there. And normally I have to heat these up and bend these over to match the radius on the inside. I haven't done that yet though, so it'll be a little bit of a tight fit. But I like to make sure that the contour is correct all the way around. I had one time where it was not. There we go. It's a nice tight fit. It'll be a little looser once I melt those little angles and bend them. But you can see now that floor is like ultra solid. It ain't going nowhere. So that's really cool. And again, it's a little bit extra tight because I haven't bent those yet. And then this piece here, this is the small little wedge piece. There is also a lighter piece that goes in here instead if you choose to do the upgraded light kit. Now the bad news is it's always really rough right there where the supports were. It's always rough in the support area. It's just the way it is. I sell these as what I call raw. So yeah, you'll be stuck sanding these if you buy the raw version. I used to sand them and paint them and resin coat them and everything else, but that's just got way too much effort. So now I just send directions if you want to do it. And this also has the same type of thing where it fits right in there. Wow, I should read the comments. And then it just goes right up there, just like that, to support that as well. And again, it sits on the floor, so without the floors, they don't work. And then the last wall piece is the exact same as the first one because it's the exact same thing. One time one guy contacted me and said, hey, you sent me two of the same walls. I said, that's by intent. It's supposed to be two of the same walls. And there is the final piece. You know what? I am not ready. I'm going to have to reprint that. I just noticed this was done in a different gray. I thought it was the same gray. It's really close. It's really close, but I could see now that it's just ever so slightly different. So I'll go back and double check. Yeah, it's slightly different. This is the PLA Plus, and this one I thought was PLA Plus. pretty sure it is. I'll go back and check. If not, I'll reprint it. No, it's PLA plus. It is. You can tell PLA plus because sometimes the coloring is not consistent, and you can see right here the coloring here is slightly different. I'm not sure why PLA plus does that, but you can see it on the roll even before you print the inconsistencies of coloring. And when you don't buy PLA plus, you don't get that inconsistencies. So this actually is the same material. It's just on a different roll, so it ended up being a slightly different color. It's good. Never mind. I thought I had a problem, but I do not have a problem. So let me go ahead and put these back together. All right, we got one. And we got number 2. This side's always a little weird because it's not actually connected to the castle. So it kind of pushes up the part sometimes. The whole entire castle. There we go. And there is the whole entire floor and wall system that I designed. Now, what I can't believe is that I'm still selling these. I had no idea people would still continue to buy these after so long. That's just so cool. I love the support of the channel and the way everyone's helped me. Now, when I first designed this, I purposely made this wide open because it's the elevator side. But it seems weird here because it's still wide open, but it's the other piece. So it's kind of strange, but it is really cool that you can just use the other castle piece like that. And it just gives you so much more area. Hold on. I don't have a lot of figures sitting out. But you can just put other stuff out here. You can put the fighting stuff and all the guys. And they fit under here. Actually, it's funny is the figures like this fit under here, but the Filmation ones, they're a little bit tight fitting underneath there because they're a little bit taller. So if you have the Filmation He-Man, let me see if I can find one really quick. He is a little bit taller. Oop. He is a little bit taller than the standard Origins figure. Oh, that's not Filmation. And your armor's not all in the way, dude. Just get out of the shower or something. There we go. Here's a Filmation He-Man. This is actually Faker. It's been altered to be He-Man. But you can see he's just slightly taller. And so his head bumps the top of the thing. Not there. Not there. Not there. But right here. Ooh, 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 ooh. But when I made this, the Filmation figures didn't exist. So it works great for the regular ones. So there we go. Hooray. I guess I shouldn't have. I guess they got the elevator. So you got kind of a long trek to go over here. To go down, up the elevator. Up please. Oh, your armor's stuck on the back. See? That's why you should do your armor, you man. And then after you make it all the way up, you have to come across here. Watch out for the trap door. Of course, you know what? It's kind of weird. It's so tight right here. Getting around this. And the armor. And then come around. Come around. Around town. And then up this up this ladder here. I don't know why your armor's not on. And then all the way up to the upper tower. There he is. Hooray. Whew. Can Revolution He-Man look good in Grayskull? No. He's way too tall. So if you take the Revolution He-Man, I think I sold them all, but the 40th anniversary one's way too tall, especially in Origins Grayskull. It looks ridiculous. So I would not use the Masterverse figures. He's about the same size as the Revelation He-Man, and he's taller than the floor. So he could fit under that one kind of, but you can see he's way too big for Origins Castle Grayskull. I would not use my Revelation figures for that. All right. Well, there we go. They all fit. I'm going to pack them up and mail them off to the guy who bought them on eBay. So eBay guy, here you go. And if you guys, for any reason, ever want to get one of these, just contact me either on eBay or on Facebook. The link's in the description for both to contact me. And then I'll put an auction up right away. Just let me know the configurations you want. And I can send you all the information when you decide to purchase. And the price points. Each piece I have priced out separately, so you can put together your own little package of how you want them. Let me go ahead and look at your guys' questions before I go. I did on my Castle Grayskull. Nice, Dwight. Hey, EJ, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Moto Prince. Figure speaking, since I want this, just contact me on either eBay or Facebook, and we can set up a package for you, man. What's the price? Contact me and I'll send you a price list of all the pieces. It is less expensive to get them raw like this, and I don't do the painted ones anymore, but the painted ones did cost more in the past. But yeah, it's a pretty cool setup. Yes, please hit the like button. That always helps. I found Moto X Thundercats Tigra. Nice. It's a shame you can't somehow recycle it and reuse all that plastic you use for the supports. Yes, that would be cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. And that is all I got. So I will see you guys next video. And again, remember, if you do want to get one of these sets, I'm still making them. I put on there a 6-week turnaround, but it doesn't usually take 6 weeks to get them done. And then just contact me either on Facebook or eBay. And then I can send you a price list, and you can decide at that point what way you want to go. The lighted set does cost more than just the plain one. So if you want the one with the cool little glow-in-the-dark lights, or the glow-in-the-dark pieces with the lights, that does cost a little bit more. All right, that is it. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next video. Like I say, in the 1987 movie, good journey. Bye now.